So it's pretty cold today. It's in the 30s and the wind is just incredible. I know, we should get a windmill for this one day of the year that we have to... never mind. Trolls. So I decided I'm going to stay in and I'm going to try to stay warm. The house is about 63 degrees right now. It's a little colder than I like, but Carolyn's still in shorts and some short sleeve shirts. So that's the difficulty of living in a tiny house, is our temperature range is terrible. I prefer the heat all day long. 80, 90 degree, I'm fine with. Summertime, no air conditioning. On the other hand, I can't stand this cold, and she's just the opposite. So anyway, enough of that. I guess let's go ahead and start the wood stove. It's been a while since we've done it, and I know a lot of folks like looking at the fire when I start it. So I usually clean the glass with a wet wipe and ash. I take the wet wipe and put it in the ash and clean it off. But we've been doing really good not staining up the glass. So I do it about every, I don't know, third or fourth time I light up the wood stove, just to kind of clean off the dust. But the sock seems to do pretty good right now. So I did this morning when I got up, 4:30. It was 60 degrees in the house. And just, of course, I don't want to wake Carolyn up in the morning, so I don't take the ashes out in the morning. I just kind of scrape them to the side with a piece of wood. So we have 2 loads of ash in here right now. There is on this old wood stove here, this particular wood stove, there is a piece in here that I can lift up, and I'm supposed to be able to scrape all that ash into the ash bucket. But I can't understand how that would work. I mean, first of all, when it's hot, that's when we're supposed to be using it. It would be so hot you wouldn't be able to grab it. So I just do it this way. I'll have to dump it tomorrow if it's less windy. That's why I'm not dumping that pan today. The wind would just throw it everywhere. I should have had some wood prepared. I meant to before I started the camera, but I didn't. So here we go. We gotta grab some wood here. And what I do is I'll put. Actually, I'm gonna spread these out. I was thinking about this morning. I'm gonna spread them out a bit. We'll put 2 pieces of wood here, north and south. I'm sorry, east and west. This is actually east and west. And that's the actual direction of the house. And this is going to be north and south. Of course, the stove's a little bit angled, so it's going to be like northwest. And then, since it's so cold, I'm going to layer each side, subsequent layer with 3 pieces. Oops, I forgot to put kindling in. I need to lay down some kindling. And I just keep layering it, one layer after another, until we get to the top. So I got a new torch this year. The old one broke. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know they had torches like this. This torch here, propane torch, is much hotter than the one we had last year. Last year, I guess it was the soldering. I mean, that's all I've ever used, was soldering torch. I never realized they had anything more powerful that got hotter. But this thing, I think, don't quote me, I think this thing's like 1,000 or 1,500 degrees hotter than the one I had last year. And in comparison, it's like, you know, I don't know, a little drip of heat coming off that old one, the solder one, compared to this flamethrower. And it works pretty interesting. You click it and it starts right up, and then it stays lit up until you let go of the button. Whereas the old one, I had to throttle the handle, you know, the knob here. This one's so much easier to use. And it just instantly starts to fire. Now, I was worried that we were going to have a problem this time, because Girly, the dog, she's been kind of antsy today, which is a little bit unusual. And she was pacing all over the place today. I didn't know I was going to get this video made. But I took her out. She seems to be better now. She's on the bed sleeping. It's going to make a liar out of me. Every time this thing has instantly lit the wood. This time it's taking a little bit longer. Maybe because I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. Look at that. That's all the way to the top now. That's pretty incredible. Still much faster, even though I messed up, than the soldering torch tip I had. And this heats up the chimney so much faster too, so I can close the door quicker. It's important to get that door closed quickly as quickly as possible. As soon as the chimney warms up, you want to get that door closed, because that produces more heat. If the door is open, all that smoke is going up the chimney. But if the door is closed, the secondary burners ignite that smoke, and so there's more heat because the smoke is burning also. But as long as that door is open, you're losing heat because that smoke's just going up the chimney. That smoke is particles of wood. It's unburned wood is what it is, going up the chimney. So this torch has really improved that. Plus, with as much heat that's coming off the torch, I would imagine the torch itself is heating the chimney some. I probably don't even need kindling anymore. See, that's a fully engulfed flame now. I mean, this is so much better than last year. If you watch any of my previous videos last year or year before or any year, it was a much slower process. So now I only got to leave the door open for a few seconds and it'll be fully engulfed. Now I know at this point everybody will stop watching what I'm saying or listening to what I'm saying. They'll completely start watching the flyer, which I agree. It is just insanely pretty. Whoops. This happens a lot when it's really cold in the house and really hot out in the, well, of course, really cold in the house, I should say. The heat steams up the window, and then that smoke sticks to the glass because that's water. And so that is creosote. The difference is that the creosote isn't being produced by the wood. The creosote is being created because you got smoke in there. You can see the smoke. Well, I don't know if you can. I can see the smoke, and the steam you know, has turned into water, and it just sticks right to the glass, and it becomes a mess if you don't clean it before. You know, you want to get that glass warmed up before it becomes one big fogged up piece of glass is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, it's hard to see through, and you got to clean it. And if you can just wipe that water off, you know, open it up, let it warm up. And you can hear it clicking. And what I've noticed, if I put my hand on it and I can't keep my hand on it, it's probably good to go. So we can close it. See, everything's gonna be warmed up now. Let's try closing. It might be too soon, but we can try. And what you'll notice is the flame will die down. If the chimney's not hot, the flame will die down. It's died down a little bit. And the reason is because if the chimney's not hot, air can't, the heat, yeah, it wasn't ready. So the heat can't rise. And so what you're trying to do is draw air up. So it comes in from the vent here and through the fire and up the chimney. But if the chimney isn't drawing, you're not going to get any air in there to keep the flames going. The other thing you want to make sure of, which I'm sure we have by now, is that secondary burners up there at the top are hot. The flames are popping out now. It still amazes me that you can't see the blue flames in the camera. It is really pretty, and right now is the perfect time to see them, unless I shut the vent. That's a perfect time also, because there's a lot of smoke being generated inside there, and that secondary burner is going to burn that smoke. That smoke produces a blue flame. And so right now is the perfect time to see it. Once it starts to heat up and really get rolling, there won't be any smoke being produced because it's so hot in there that the blue flames go away. I don't know. On windy days and rainy days, it seems like it's harder to get the flame, you know, get that hot rolling fire going. It will eventually do it. It's just harder to get it going for some reason. So today it's windy. Maybe that cold air is pushing down in the chimney. I'm not really sure. It's my theory. Pretty good guess. And the same thing with rain. I would imagine the rain is constantly cooling that chimney, even though it's, I believe it's triple wall. I would imagine that rain helps keep things cool out there. So it's just harder to get things going. So I guess that's all there is to it. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to a video over my channel. It'll be a brand new video today. Really appreciate it. Go check it out. So if I can inspire you, stay inside, sing, live your dreams. Thanks for watching.